Hello, I am really happy to meet you for a new video, Crossing the Current Emotional Storms. I am truly happy to share this moment with you, especially because the theme is extremely powerful. I was in a meeting with a few people, and all of them say that they are really living the impression of being in a washing machine every day. That's really incredible. And there are some reasons to that that I want to explain to you, but in a spiritual way, a way that will help you to, I would say, take the full realization of what's going on, the full movement, expansion of what's really is going on. And really, we are living in a very specific energetic and spiritual context, one that invites us to move through this phase, how to integrate it, and what lessons we can draw from it. What we are experiencing today is really extraordinary. It is both a cosmic storm and an emotional storm that is affecting the entire Earth. We are 8 billion people into this washing machine, actually. And do you know where that comes about? It's really from the cosmic events. We are modern people, are no more related to that. And our ancestors know very well, when I speak about our ancestors, it was maybe 10,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, 7,000 years ago, and even the Amerindians only 1,000 years ago from now, or 800 years from now, or the Inca. They were all deeply related to cosmic events because what they know, what the influence on them, as well on society than on human beings and then on our emotions, feelings. So they live that really and they forecast them because they know really about them. In some way, though, that they can use it, I would say, to grow and to go better, to realize themselves in some ways. And one of the main cosmic events that occurs was really the 8.6 events of the minor moon. What does that mean? And why is it so important? Every 8.6 years, there is what is called a minor moon, a period where the moon is minimum. Is minimum, that means that its amplitude, its length, it's at its minimum like that. Its course, it has this minimum. And we were in this cycle just from November 20th to about 10th of January. So we were really influenced by that occurrence. I haven't lived that in conscious before. By then, I've experienced it really, and it's really the feelings of being in a washing machine that's come by from this cycle. Here, the moon was very powerful, very close to the Earth. So we really have to go in our inner self to really see if everything was really our action, our emotional being, our spiritual beings was really aligned with our here and now self and with the outside energy also. Maybe it surely is a time where we have to leave some things of our past which maintain us in a position which is no more adapted to this passageway, this fantastic transformation that occurs right now. The second point, we can say the end of the precession of equinox. Precession of equinox is a 25 to 100,000 years, 25,000 to 100 years. And that cycle was at its 0 point I would say, and the 0 point is the middle of this cycle, and it is Schwaller Lubix, an intellectual, really wonderful, and which say that, and it call the points 15,000 years from now, the point 0, so the middle of this grid cycle. And it corresponds to what? The design of the Gizeh. The whole ensemble of Gizeh with the pyramid and so on, just come by just from this 0 point of the equinoxial precession. So that's really something fantastic. So it means that we are at the end of this cycle of the precession of equinox, and at the end of this cycle, which is very powerful, where transformation, civilization change completely, it opens to a new civilization. And right now, we are just entering in an era where the air is predominant. It's no more the water like we were in the cycle of the fish before, and that's the element air which is present right now. And so what's going on with that? That's a huge chance, that's a huge opportunity for all of us to grow. And there is also something which is related to what we are living right now. So we say the first things, this cycle of the moon, 12.6 years old. And another occurrence, it's the end and the beginning of a new cycle of the precession of the equinox. And now the third things, I would say, it's the prominence of Jupiter in the sky with its real influence onto each of us, at least into the northern hemisphere, and which is pushing all of us to go above what we are right now, to go through new borders, to explore new borders, new self, new parts of ourselves. And also, we have ended the 11-year cycle of the sun. You know that the sun does send a lot of protons, and which go throughout our bodies through a lot of light energies. And now we are at the end of this cycle, which was very, very strong next year. And something also occurs, and not so many people know about that. That's the Imbolc, the Celt. There are 4 main events that's called Imbolc: Beltane, Lugnasad, and Samain. That's, I would say, traditional moments which are just in the middle of the solstice and the equinox. So we were in the beginning of February, we are just in the middle of the winter solstice and the equinox around 21 March. And this middle is very significant in terms of energy, but some people think it's just a solar date. No, it's not inscribed, it's not written in the sun calendar. It's a lunar event. So that means that this event occurs when the moon, the full moon, is close to this period. So the full moon was 2 days ago. And so that's why we have lived so intensely this emotional, this transformational energies into us, because it was Imbolc, the real Imbolc, this real lunar events, once again, which oblige us to go deeply into ourselves, to go still in another part to discover new possibility into us. And there is also another things after that. I've quoted 4 things now, the 5th one. We are entering into 2026, so that's the number 10. The number 10 is a 1, so it's a new birth. And in a new birth, what do? You leave your ancient old. And so what is needed from now, we could say, there is something that it's needed from all that, but I still have something to tell you. That's when I'm entering in other things. That's the planet Mercury, which will be in a cycle, in a retrograde phase. And in this retrograde phase, in this Mercury retrograde phase, that all intellects have I would say, a kind of tendency to oppose things, not go in the flow. And that's very interesting for us because we have to look at what things, what facts, what way of living we are opposed to, so as to transcend them and to leave them goes on. So my proposal for that, all that events, you say that's we have to choose now. We have to do something. That's to look at open-hearted the way in which we are living. We have to look at every action we are taking and to abandon the one which are not linked really to our heart. Even so, we have been working a lot to go there and to attain this place. Even see, we are very much attached to all of them. But it's like life. Our cells in the body just recreate ourselves every minute, every second. So the body that you see now, it's not the same that it will be in 2 months from now. The one which will be 2 months from now will be all new, at least in his cell, not in the memory of his cell. So that's life. Things are going on, and we have to let things, the old things, go by and tell them, we stop, okay, bye-bye. Now it's time for me to concentrate my energy on things that's really open my heart. I have to find out the marvelous things. I have to find out the awakening. I have to find out the joy, the pleasures of doing something new. That's the message from all this passage. We have to change our way of looking at our life. We have not to be constrained by our comfort zone. We have to get out. It's time to get out, really. And it's time to attain new path, new way of living. That's the message that's really wanted to transmit to you. And the essential questions, what I'm doing out of habit right now, what I am doing, what I am holding to, only because it feels safe or familiar, or still resonates with who am I today. Just because we invest time and energy into something doesn't mean that we don't have to stick for it together. Life means movement, transformation is natural. When the heart no longer speaks, it may be times to transform, to release, and to open to something new. This emotional washing machine is here to make us evolve with us. It is here to help us access a deeper truth aligned with the energies of the present moments and the cycles we are crossing. Thank you for being here. I really love you. Thank you for being who you are. I hope to see you on other lives. Bye-bye.